I am so far down the rabbit hole now, kids. It's not even funny. What's up, everybody? Mike here from Kapowcast, back with another G.I. Joe Classified Series action figure review. Today we're taking a look at figure number 4. It's Duke. Probably maybe one I'm the second most excited for after Snake Eyes. But once again, looks very cool. So we have some different artwork there. Got some nice comic images on the side there. As I showed you, number 4 there with the G.I. Joe logo with some badges, I think there. Same artwork on the back, nothing much on the bottom. Pretty excited about this. Let's get the leader of the Joes open. Okay, so here's our boy Duke out of the package with his accessories, and I will show you how he stores these as we go through them. What's kind of cool is some of this stuff is kind of a callback once again to that old 80s line, so I'm pretty happy about that. So first up, we do have a backpack, which is kind of plain. It could use a little extra paint on it just to kind of brighten it up a bit. But we do have the shovel here and some buckles and straps and stuff, canteen. So this is pretty good, and you can just clip it on his back like so. That looks good, stays in tight, nice and tight. Next up, we do have binoculars, which is also a callback to the old 80s line. Oh, almost lost that. But not much detail on it. You really can't even tell exactly what it is at first. But, I mean, this is one of those pieces that you end up losing, like right away. So, to avoid that, I am going to place them on the back of his belt here. There's a little hole, as you see right there. And that pegs in nice and tight. It's not going anywhere. Next up, we have his 2 weapons. So we have this pistol here, looking pretty nice. It's got kind of matching gold paint on it. Pretty cool looking, nice futuristic looking laser gun. And if you're not gonna have him hold it, you could of course store it here. Bam, right on the side. I really like that. And then he also has this nice big gun. This guy's really cool. I like the blue paint. Just looks really cool. Kind of, it matches his shin guards there. But I love the detail. Like, I kind of forgot, you know, G.I. Joe did mostly, they'd use laser guns in the 80s. That's what they were known for. So the fact that they're getting kind of crazy guns like this, it's growing on me a bit. I still don't like that roadblock gun. But he holds on to this pretty nicely. And you can get him in a lot of really good poses with it. If you back things up a bit, you can actually, because of the articulation in the wrists, you can actually, let's see if we can pull this off here. You can actually really get him in a good firing pose. I really like that. Like, I actually had a lot of fun posing this guy around. Just with this. I mean, it's not perfect, but it definitely gets the job done. He definitely looks like a true badass holding it. So I really like it. So let's get rid of these accessories and let's have a closer look at the figure. So here we have Duke out of the package, looking pretty plain as he can look just standing here. There's some things that I like. There's some things that are kind of annoying with him. The first thing, because it's the one thing that's standing out to me the most, is these ankles are kind of annoying. They're on that kind of ratchety type joint, and I know like DC Collectibles has done this on a few figures, and I think Marvel has done it on a few, and it just seems like they're either always pointing too far down or pointing too far up. Right now it's not too bad. As you can see, he's a little wobbly, but I don't like ratchet joints on ankle joints. It's not good. You have to have it precise, you know, point so he can stand properly. And as you can see, like he's always going to be, looks like he's leaning forward. If I could actually back him up a bit, you can actually see he's not fully on the ground. So that's kind of a bummer. Whoop. But other than that, like, look-wise, I really like the look of this figure. If we back things up a bit here, bring in the lights, get a closer look at our guy Duke here. That face sculpt is really nice. I really like it. I do believe some people find it to be apparently too pretty boy. I don't really see that. I mean, he looks like a dude to me, like, you know, whatever. But I like the scar here he has. There's a little weird mark in the plastic right there, but that could also be a scar too, you know? Why not? Let's pretend. But he's got that nice cartoon-like yellow hair, kind of swooshed over, looks really good. And he has that classic Duke colored shirt with the rolled up sleeves. You got your belt here. These belts are floaty. This one you cannot get off. This one, if you wanted to, you can lift his arm up. And ta-da! I haven't decided yet if I like him with or without the belt. We'll see. He does have the red on his gloves, which I don't really like. Kind of wish they just went for more of a striped brown. He has this weird watch thing there. More red on the gloves. I guess it does kind of match the red on his shoulders here. That's the one thing, is these figures have so much color going on. Sometimes it can be a little distracting. He has a side holster here, which that's a floaty piece. And once again, the gold with the blue. I really like the blue. Love blue. It's my favorite color. If I get a closer look here at the pants, you can see all this nice texturing, which we've seen throughout the wave on Destro and Snake Eyes and Roadblock. You know, they all have this great texturing in the pants, which really breaks up and really gives them that militaristic feel, I think. These are kind of a separate piece here. Can't remove them, but they are separate. Got boots, but the back of the figure, once again, he has the peg hole for his backpack. The more I look at it, the more I think I'm leaning towards keeping this on here. Get it facing right. Was it? Put it on right. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I mean, I really like this figure a lot. I think he looks really cool. He's got a lot of shelf presence about him. And when you get him all kind of geared up and ready to go, like he definitely looks like a badass, which I think is perfect for the character. So let's take a look at his articulation. So taking a look at his articulation, you may remember, I want to clear one thing up. In my Destro review, I mentioned something about it looked like he had butterfly joints. They definitely are. His are just, Destro's for whatever are stuck, but they do have a slight butterfly. It's not a whole lot, but it is there. But their arms, their arms do go up about that far, and they go down, around. The head, which I just skipped, can go up that far. Apparently there's a joint here in the neck as well, along with the ball joint, so you can get a little bit of more movement. But it looks, you know, he can do what he needs to do. No real, get a little bit of pivot in there. Not too bad. He does have an upper bicep here. He has double jointed elbows, wrist swivel, and an up and down hinge on this hand, and I think it's a side to side hinge on this hand. So different hinges on each hand. He does have diaphragm joint, so he can go down about that much, can go back that far. He has a waist swivel, which the waist swivel on all of these so far are super tight, which I'm not going to complain about. He can do the splits pretty well. These guys are killing it. One interesting thing to note, and I'm going to point this out, and I'm pretty sure it's the same all around, and it's an interesting thing for them to do. And I've noticed it here with Duke. We pull these legs down. They do have the drop down leg feature, and if you look, it's gonna get graphic, kids. Not really, but if you look, there's like a rubber pad. There's rubber over the joint, the actual figure here. See if you can see. So there's like a, you know, I'm not gonna say a diaper, but there is like a rubber or soft plastic over this part, which is A very interesting thing to do. I'm not sure why they did it that way. I'm sure there's some sort of cost reason why. I'm sure it works out better for them, but it looks really good. Like, you can't even tell. So I really like that. I think that's really cool. But the legs can go up that far. They can go back about that far. You can get a real good look. You can get that in there. You can get a real good look inside that right there. They do have a upper thigh cut. He has a double jointed knee along with a boot swivel, a ankle hinge, which we've somewhat discussed, and a kind of sort of pivot. Like it doesn't look right when I don't know. This guy has a weird ankle joints. I will say that. Just give me standard ankle joints, people. I don't need anything fancy. Just your standard run-of-the-mill ankle joints. But for the most part, I mean, once I get this guy posed around, I don't really have too much issues getting him situated. So that's good. Okay, so here is the leader of the Joes with the leader of the X-Men, and there is a definite bit of a height difference, I think. Yep. Cyclops looks to be a little bit taller, but they still scale pretty well together. Once again, I can't wait to see what people do with customs with these guys. And here he is with the leader of the Avengers, Captain America. Once again, these guys scale pretty nicely. Cap is definitely taller. Definitely got a little bit more height going on. But speaking of customs, real quick, just want to show you guys this. If you have these two figures, you can pop the head off of Captain America. We pop old Duke's head off. I think you see where I'm going with this. And yeah, that's not bad. It might looks a little small, maybe. Not too bad though. I think that looks really good. I actually really like that. If you don't mind your Cap maybe having a scar over his eye, I mean, or you could do, you know, people could do some custom work, custom paint. I think this looks really good. I really like that. And here is Duke with the Hasbro Yellow and Red Ranger. They scale pretty well together. I don't know if I'd go switching heads or anything with these guys, but I like it. And one thing I did notice when switching out the heads, and I kind of missed on the articulation, is not only can you turn the head to the side, but you can turn this whole neck to the side as well. So you can see there's the front of the neck on the side. So not sure how useful that will be, but I think you could get a little more use, a little more natural looks going. And here we have Duke with the rest of the figures in the way. We got Roadblock, Snake Eyes, Destro, and so far I'm really enjoying these figures. More than I thought I would. Are they perfect? No, but then again, no figure is. So far I'm really happy with these. We have one more to go, and that will be up next. So yes, as you can tell, I do like this figure. I think it's pretty cool. It's, you know, it's something, I don't know, there's just something about these that are really clicking with me. I don't know if it's the accessories or what, but just gives me, there's a lot of fun factor to be had with most of these. Yeah, the ankle joints are a little bothersome. The armored up look, not really bothered by. The guns are really growing on me, except I still don't, I'm gonna keep saying it, I still do not like the Roadblock gun. I think actually that figure suffers from not having the quantity of accessories that these guys have. He literally came with the gun and the knife, and that's it. And it makes posability and all that very limited for that figure. Whereas those, so far the rest of these have had a good amount and a lot of fun factor in posing. If you like this video and you want to see more, go ahead, click like, click subscribe, and hit the bell notification to get notified of every time we post content on this channel. Next up, Scarlet. That'll be the last figure in this wave, and then we'll be moving on to other things. I believe we have the Spider-Man Vintage wave coming up, and also the Marvel Legends Strong Guy Deadpool wave coming up. So, lots of good stuff. Until next time, take care.